morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday, everybody, for our quilty play date. I hope you have something to sew along, stitch, do whatever to sew along with me today because I got a special project. I've also got an announcement. The winners of the giveaway. This is going to be cool. I'm so excited. All right, I'm going to share my screen with the list of the winners, and I'm going to put them in the drop-down box below. So if you don't see this video right away, oh, gotta do it again. It's going to work this time. There it is. Everyone is a winner. I had 6 people comment. One didn't leave a grateful comment, but commented nevertheless. Everybody's going to get an item from me. There's just 6. I can so do that. You guys, send me an email. My link is below, bristolbluequilting@gmail.com. Go ahead and send that. Perfect timing. Hi, Kitmar. I just sat down. Oh, joy. Yay. You're so welcome. And I'm throwing in a couple extra special gifts with each package. So you guys are getting a nice little thank you from me because I am so grateful to all of you who watch these videos and tune in every day. I am just so, so thankful. With your mailing address so I can get those out in the mail to you as soon as possible. They'll probably go out next week. As soon as I get everybody's email, I'll go to the post office one time. So, and I cannot type. Oh, so this is so much fun. You guys, I am so excited that I get to send out 6 different packages. Yay! And I'm just going to go ahead and pick who gets what. So you go ahead, send me your email within the next 7 days. By Thursday next week at the latest, I'll be going to the post office. So go ahead and send me your mailing addresses. And I'll make sure that this list gets put into the description box so everybody gets a chance to see it. If they don't tune in today, they can watch it later tonight or tomorrow or over the weekend. So you guys can see who the winners are. Hi, Vino. Everybody's a winner. There was only 6 of you. I can provide a gift for everybody. Isn't that wonderful? I'm so excited. So today during our quilty play date, I am going to be putting the binding on my table runner. Yay! All right, you guys, I'm so excited to have this almost done. Oh, I'm going to have this. So I'm going to sew it on, but then I always hand stitch on the back most of the time. Very seldom do I ever stitch my binding down by machine because I can never do a straight line when I have to do that kind of stuff. Hey, Jay Badsy, good morning. Congratulations, everybody. I love you all. Thank you for being here and watching my videos. So now I am going to quilt or quilt. I finished quilting it yesterday. What is this? Is this a stain? I need different glasses. Oh, that's just still a mark that's left. It'll go away. So it's all quilted. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So this will be in the that will be in the description box so everybody can see it. But I finished quilting my table runner in a 1-inch grid. And now I'm going to put the binding on. Yay! So let me move my mouse out of the way. All right, so let me get this going here. So I like to start at the bottom, and my binding is 2.5 inches. And when I put them together, and in this case, it really doesn't matter. It's mine. So I didn't try to match up any of the gingham. And I always do a straight stitch. I very seldom will do a diagonal stitch on mine. And I just use a really tight stitch length. And just 1/4 of an inch. And then I press it down. And I start at the bottom. And I leave a big tail so that I can join them all together. And I leave all of this like just sitting in my lap. So I'm going to start at the bottom, pretty close to the edge, not too far away from the edge. So I hope laying that on my keyboard isn't going to cause a problem. All right. So I trimmed it and everything last night or yesterday morning. I did this all before I went to work yesterday. And, you know, I went to the flea market on the north end of town, and there was nobody there. So I've got to take a look at the website where all of the flea markets around in the area are listed, and there's probably a particular date. I could swear it just says June, every like such and such a day in June. So, all right. So I'm going to probably start about a foot in from the bottom down here. I've got my stitch length set at 2. I did it less than that when I did, I want to make sure that I have a good extra there. And that I'm not going to have, and I don't have a seam meeting at the end here. I'm just going to stitch it 1/4 of an inch. Back stitch at the start, needle down, and off we go. So I was scrolling through, hold on, this is all on the floor. I want this in my lap. All right. Hang it in my lap. I was scrolling through Instagram yesterday and watching Tula Pink. She was doing her binding. Do you have one on you? Vino, one on you. What does that mean? One of what? What am I not? What am I missing? And when she came to her corners, she did something a little different. And I just might give it a try here. All right, so she sticks a pin. Need a ruler. Let's use this one. 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. I'm going to do that. And she stitches right up to the pin. So let's try this. I typically just sew to a 1/4 inch and then do a diagonal. It's just something just slightly different. I'm going to try it on this part. All right, so I sewed to the pin, and then she backspaces. Backspaced. What? All right, and put that in there. And then she comes over here, flips it up, folds it back, and then does another 1/4 inch from this angle and puts a pin here. So instead of starting from the very edge, she starts where the pin is. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to test it out after I've sewn down a little bit. So start at the pin. Pull the pin out. Backspace, backspace, back stitch. I'm going to do a little bit more. I have to move my mouse. And so then we've got this little peaky thing here. Okay. Fold it over. We have a 45-degree here. Pinch that and a 45-degree there. I don't think it works any different than what I would have done. Looks the same. We'll see. Let me cut these threads off. I tend to cut all my threads. Cut all my threads. All right. It is super windy out here today. You'd love to be there. I need a leash. You're so silly. All right. Okay. Let's go down to the other corner. I'm just going to continue to do it the way I've always done it, and I'm going to see if there's a difference. My mat is moving. All right. Make sure everything is straight here. I just used the 1/4 inch mark on my presser foot. Turn it at an angle. Line that up with a thing on my machine. And sew right off. Pull that out. Pull that straight up, pull that straight down. And I typically, just because it's kind of a big, I'll grab a clip and I hold it down with my, make sure everything is lining up here. Okay. And it's even with the edge. Can't see it. Pull it over here. And then I'll clip it down. These things hold really tight because sometimes I get a little wild and crazy and they come undone and I have to keep redoing them. So I just clipped them down. All right. And then I just start at the very edge so that my needle is like just at the edge of the quilt. And press on forward. And then I keep this close by so I have it for the next corner. Clip my thread. All right, we're going down the long edge. All right. Let's keep moving. And then I'll show you how I press it and get it ready for hand stitching, because I'll use some clips to hold the binding over after I press it. I press it and then fold it over and then clip it. And then I'll take it and hand stitch it while I am watching TV. After dinner or something, I'll probably work on that this evening. It may take me a while to get this hand stitched, but I am so close to being done. I am tempted to sew it down. I'm very tempted. I am so glad I fixed my machine. I was so worried. I like big binding because my batting is pretty thin, so I use 100%, or no, I use 80-20. Do I use 80? No, 100% cotton. Sorry, I don't use 80-20 for the bigger quilts, but this stuff I use in like my project bags and stuff. I use 100% cotton from White and Natural, I think it is. Warm and Natural. I use the white. I only sew as long as my bed is. Where my fingers are. There's just a few purple marks left, or those bright pink. That it's a fuchsia marking tool that I use to do my lines. And you know, with grid quilting, you can see where your piecing is off or whether you laid it out wrong. But this, I'm very pleased to say, looks pretty good. I am so excited. It looks really nice. I am so happy with this. It's so pretty. You know, you're crazy. You is crazy. Wish you could be here. It is so windy outside. I have the windows open and the curtains across the way have blown all over the place. I don't need the ceiling fan on today. I'm gonna go out and mow my lawn after this, and then we're almost to the end of this side. So we've got almost 3 corners done. I think I'll use a white thread to hand stitch this down. I don't think this will take the whole hour, so I intend to work on this one next, so I can get these fully finished and off my plate, because my boyfriend is coming home next week, and I don't know how much I'll actually be, how much homework I'll get done. So I kind of want to have next week a little, he's only here for the week, but so I could spend some time with him and then do some more stuff. So I kind of want to have these things off my plate. Some of these things. We started new sew along next week. Pat Sloan's week, Black Wednesday, the Jelly Roll one out of the Jelly Roll book. So I'm excited about that. All right, let's fold that up, down. There's like a black fuzzball. Working with that black fabric on that, from that Halloween mystery quilt. So I'm going to clip that down, hold it down. And I'll show you how I do my connecting. Again, I do straight stitching, so it's not hard at all. I don't make it very complicated. Don't make it very complicated. I kind of like when the needle gets a little stuck in those really thick places at the beginning there. Yeah, it adds stability. Might add a little extra bulk with extra thread, but all right. I should have enough binding here. I made just as many strips of the binding as I had for the border, so I think we're okay. I honestly didn't even check it. Typically, I'll lay it out so I can see. All right. All right, come into the next corner. There, just one stitch was all I needed there. All right, let's do this one and down one more long edge and we are almost done. Almost done. Give me a clip. And then bring that around. There we go. Hold these. All right, here we go. I forgot what the measurement was on this. 70, it was 70 inches long, or close to 71. And what, 16, 17 inches wide? Also, when I get done with this, I'm going to throw it in the washing machine. Some of the fabrics were starched, some of them weren't. And when I went over some of the sashings, you know how they kind of buckled over? There's little pinches in there. But when you wash it and get it all crinkly and stuff, those are never even noticeable again. So I don't worry about those too much, especially if I'm going to wash something. And this one will get washed plenty of times. So I'll show you again when it's all bound and washed, and I get it hand stitched down. Nice threads. Hold on, 10 speed, going fast. I'm so excited. Get this done. All right, so where did we start? So I've got a bit of ways to go yet here. You're almost ready to do the connection. Make sure we're lined up. All right, we'll go probably to this last one here, and then complete. All right, let's pull this out and got probably 8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the end that I started with and go like halfway between. Let me grab I used to do this. So these are those what do you call them? Who is the maker? June Taylor mats. And I recovered them, but they have the lines and stuff on them. I used to use that so I could determine where my center line was. I'd lay them out. So it's like 7 3/4. So I will take this one here to about 4 1/2. And I will cut it at that point. Cut that one off. And then this goes in my scrap basket right here. And when this gets full, it gets dumped into my box. I love the crinkle look too. Thank you, Kitmar. I'm so excited about this. So then I take my ruler and I lay it right along the edge of my binding. Nothing special. I take this one and I come over here and I lay it over the top of this, and at the 1/4 inch mark on my ruler, I will put a little crease right there and I will snip that off. And then this will also go in my scrap bucket. And then I'll take these 2 pieces. It's a long quilt. Long. Still finding black threads. Okay. I will put these together and I will pin them because I don't leave a whole lot of space, but just enough so that I can work with those. And I will put the edges together and pin them. I don't use clips. It's just such, and I'll use as many as I need, but put it in like 3 or 4 times. And the creases, that's the center, meet up. I love these little tiny little pins. I love them with the thin. And I don't leave one at the edge of the very beginning because I'm just going to pinch it with my fingers. I'm going to put one more pin in there, so I've got 4 pins. And I put it in several times. I don't know if you could see that. But so it holds it. And then I'm going to get back over here, set that under my machine. Sometimes they have to wrinkle and sometimes I don't. And this one's going to be nice. I'm going to lay it in here. My corners are matching. And then I will also backstitch at the beginning. Pull that pin out. 1/4 inch. Pull that pin out. So right up to the pin, pull the pin out. And then backstitch this end. And pull that all out. Take all my threads and trim them off. And then I'll lay it back down over here. Okay. I have my legs stuck under the table. So then when I fold this all back, it lays so flat. I'm going to flatten out, fold it back in half. And if I need a pin, I'll put a pin in. But other than that, it is perfect. And I'll put it back under the machine. Stitch. And sew over the stitching at the other end. Boom. We have a bound quilt. Yes. Well, it's not full yet. Let me get my iron hot here. Threads, threads, and more threads. Oh my gosh. This is the part I want to see. What does this look like on the back? Is that pretty? Does it match? Yes. And then on the front, it's going to match exactly. Oh my gosh, how cute is this? I love this table runner. I'm so glad I accidentally ran into it. So there. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to start at this end. I'm going to lay this across here. And I'm going to pull that over. Oh my gosh. All right. Now I'm going to press it. Press it back. Steam. Get that set over. I steam the heck out of this. All right, I'm going to do it this side. So now I'm just going to go down the one side. Let's do it this way so my cord doesn't. Press it, press it, press it. Press it, press it, press it. I think these other lines, so when I actually wash this and then put it in the dryer, all of those little marks left from my marking tool. From this that I use to mark all my lines will definitely be gone. But I have very little left, and I did this yesterday. I did a whole bunch of them. I did like 10 or 11 lines. There's just a little bit left over here, depending on how hard I pressed. These threads. There, I gotta cut. Try to get all of these now before I have to do my hand stitching. Okay. And you know what? You know what, the sashing where I thought it folded over and I stitched it down, it didn't really do that. Well, maybe it's not on those. Because I could swear I saw some pleating going on there. But once you wash it and get it all crinkly, you don't even see them. They're no longer noticeable. There's quite a few lines, purple lines here from that marker. All right, let's get this one side over. Another black thread. And I'll start going down the other side. Let's get this in. I have to cut these threads off. All right, that over here. Let's go down the other side, and then we're going to turn it over and start clipping it down. So I have another one that's kind of big too. And I don't know if you've watched prior to when I started doing these daily videos or not, but I did a Lori Holt pumpkin. This is from one of her quilt seeds things. I just ordered the quilt seeds pumpkin one, and I made like 4 of them all the way across. And that I started quilting but didn't finish. So doing this one got me all excited to get back on that one because I don't know. I procrastinate. It's been a while since I quilted anything, and so I procrastinate a little bit. All right. I have a little box down here that I set my feet on, and I'm going to sit this on it so it's not laying on the floor. Cat hair and all that good stuff, you know. And I'm going to drop my ironing board down a little bit. Maybe. Where is the bar? There it is. Just a hair. Because I am going to sit down for this part. Come here, chair. Okay. So I'm going to get this in front of me like this. Where are we at here? Okay, Vino. Kitmar's cross stitching. Yes. Oh, so my update on cross stitch. I've done some. Not a whole lot. I am working on a across the sea sampler. Not across the sea. I can't even think of it now. Um, but it's a 4th of July theme, Americana one. And I don't know if you saw my last video, but I showed that as God, there's a lot of threads. A lot of threads. I showed that as to what I was going to be working on. So it was like 1st of May. It was before I started these daily videos. All right, so I'm going to fold my binding down over the top, and I'm going to keep this at a point right here, and I'm going to press it. And I'm going to do that on this end too. But I start on the right, and I will press and steam all the way over as I fold it over and make sure everything looks really like it's all the same width. And then I'm going to put my clips in here, one at the end, one in the middle, and one at the other end. And if I feel like it needs some more in between, then I add more clips. I don't have a whole bunch, and I don't know that I have enough to go all the way around, but we can at least get started. So now this way, I'm going to start at this end and start going this way because I like to go from right to left, from end to end. So anal. So anal. All right. And I got these threads. I'm just going to fold them in there. So I at least want the ends to be tacked down with a clip. All right. And then I'm just going to work my way across. Actually, I can work down this side. So this is where I will go ahead and fold over the edge so I can see my perfect miter. Press the heck out of it, grab a clip, and then clip it in place. Boom. Boom. All right. So I'll put a couple at the end here. I at least also pinned, clip down on the, what time is it? 43 minutes. I clipped down on the portions where the binding was stitched together to lengthen it. So I make sure that that's done. Press that down too. I always repress it because when I go to left or right, it's going to be there again. All right, move that out of the way. Ooh. Oh, we'll put another clip in here as far as I have ironed it. And then here we go. Continue on. I'm watching my quilting line is where I'm kind of eyeballing where my binding needs to be folded over. And another clip in there. And another clip in there. And I'm a little anal too. I'll use these clips first before I go to my alternatives. These are so cute though. They're just really bulky. I think I missed one of the Sew samplers where we got another package of those the clips, and I really like those clips. I just don't buy them for myself. I wait for them to show up in a Sew sampler box. Which reminds me, as I was cutting fabric for homework today to have ready for tomorrow, and I'm like, I really need to change that blade in my thing because it was not cutting very well today. I'm starting to struggle with it. You know how long I've had that blade in there, and it's an endurance blade that I have in here. I think I've had this in here a year, and I was tempted to go and get like a sharpener thing because I saw something that was really kind of cool scrolling through an Instagram reel from another quilter, and I thought about it, and then I got that in the mail, so I was like, okay, I don't have to. I'll just put in a new one. Plus, I have another one here at home, so I've got two now. This blades have become so expensive. Wasn't there a day that you could buy like 10 of them on Amazon for like $14.99 or something like that? All right, so I'm at this point here where I want to fold over this edge and get my miter together. And I'm going to press the heck out of that. Steam, steam, steam. And then I'm going to go over here and is the bottom of my thing clean? How embarrassing to have a dirty iron. All right, now I can go down this side over here. Get this corner set. Guys, so close. I hope I can get this done by the weekend. The next thing is like, ooh, when am I going to get it actually washed? I'll probably have it on my table. Is this the one where I did the Tula version that I saw? I think so. I don't know. That miter isn't coming out very as well as I had hoped. All right, let's press this. Hold it. Oh, there we go. That's better. I just needed to press. It needed to be pressed. All right. And then another. Do I have any more of these clips left? And then I will come down this side. Fall down. All right. So now I'm at this end where I need to put this miter in place. How perfect. I don't know. I'm just going to continue to do things the way that I do them. Everything always works out. My miters are always so nice. Very, very happy. All right. I'll press all the way down. Try not to burn myself. Okay. That down, move this out of the way. I don't know. I don't see people doing this. They just go ahead and just flip it over and stitch it. But I spend so much time on my bindings, pressing and clipping, and then this will probably sit for a couple of days before I actually get to stitching on it. Well, at least until later. And then those clips kind of hold everything in place. So when I let it go, it just kind of stays there. I don't know. This might be a little extra, but I think it works in my benefit anyway. I'm not paying attention to the comments here, guys. Sorry. All right. And then just a little bit more. One more clip, and I am good to go. ready for hand stitching. Hold on. Oh, how adorable. Is it not cute or what, you guys? It's a little stiff. Yeah, I am very, very happy with this. So now I will grab a white thread out of my box. And I have a little box that I keep special binding needles in. And I was a little pleasantly surprised when Pat Sloan was talking about when she does her stuff, she likes to have that little curvature in her needle. Me too. Let me read some of these comments, you guys. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, I think the original version of this was like 82 inches long, and my table's like 70 with the big leaf in the middle. So, and I keep the leaf in it all the time. I never take it out because I have a big dining room. So it's not like we only have like 3 people to sit at the table. But I hope in the future here we're going to have some visitors, and we'll have more people sitting at the table having fun. Bye, Kitmar. All right, you guys. I think we're going to call it a day. I was going to do fill the rest of the time with doing this, but we're so close to the end already at 53 minutes. Our 1 hour time is almost up. So I'll work on this yet. I was hoping I could try to get this finished because there's not that many quilting lines left to do, but I have to fill a bobbin and change out my thread and all that good stuff. So that'll take the rest of the time just to get that together. You guys, thanks for being here today. Tomorrow we are going to, I'll show you the 2 blocks that are going to be due for the next month's assignment for the Posies quilt along that I am hosting. I've got all my pieces cut, so I still have to sew them together, but I want to show you the finished 2 blocks that need to be done. So, all right, you guys have a fabulous day, rest of your day. And I hope it's beautiful where you guys are. And I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, okay? Bye, you all. And don't forget to email me with your mailing address so I can get those packages out and mail to you, okay? Thank you. Bye now. Have a great day, J Bad Seed.